So I'm going to rant for a little bit. So guys, be patient with me and don't judge me. But if you do, I really don't care. So here's my thing. I am so over all of these gig jobs that we work so hard for, right? Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, only for them to really just give us the minimum. And then they keep labeling us as contractors. Okay, well, if I'm a contractor, then I should be negotiating my pay. How is it that we can be contractors, independent contractors, but we don't have a say in what we're getting paid? Because independent contractors usually negotiate their pay. They know what they're getting paid when they're coming in. It's not, oh, I want you to do this amount of work and I'm going to guesstimate what I give you. Or I'm going to have you do some extra work and you're just going to get a little bit of this. Because independent contractors usually have a choice in saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to take this job. But no, I want to add a little bit of sprinkles to the end of it, like a sundae, they can spruce up the pot a little. So this is my confusion about Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart. Why is it that they can determine that we're independent contractors and determine whether we're able to ride with someone else in a car for our protection, whether we're able to decline people who are in our ride with dogs? Because guess what? We're not the entity. We're not DoorDash. They're the actual company, but we are the contractor. So they should be able to say, well, it's not our policy per se, but it depends on the contractor because it's their vehicle. So they can deny if they want to. Not saying that's what we should do, but I did have a woman get in my car and her dog pooped in my car, and not DoorDash, I'm sorry, but Uber didn't want to do anything about it. And I got to a point where I don't even complain too much to Uber because you're not going to get a resolution at all. I had a woman throw up in the side of my door panel, and I didn't even know she did it until like the next day. It's because it started to smell. It smelled horrible. And the whole time she was slumped over, I honestly thought she was taking a nap because they pass out a lot when they get in your car, right? But this is like my issue. And then they don't want to, like, you have to jump through hoops to get things fixed that these passengers do to your car. Now, mind you, I appreciate the good customers, the good passengers that we get because, I pick up so many people who are just sweet. They are nice. But then I pick up some people who I'm just like, bruh, why ain't your mama swallow? You know, God forgive me. But I'm just saying though, it's like some of the things that some people do is just so crazy. And then us as the workers or independent contractors, we suffer. And then you got to pay all these deductibles. Like the deductible for Uber is like $1,000. And then you have to pay for an additional insurance. So when I got in a car accident with Uber, I was deactivated. They didn't even tell me, like, when I had insurance, I'm thinking like the insurance is going to help cover my injury. It didn't. You have to purchase additional insurance and they take that out of your pay every time you cash out. Like before you cash out, they take that from you. And it's just like, there are so many things. Like, why do I have to go through my insurance company? Why do I have to go through my insurance company? Because I had to go through my insurance company because Uber says you have to have insurance, but then your insurance company don't want to cover you if you're doing a ride share, or your policy is going to be a whole lot more. Like, wait, what? It's just a lot. I probably need like a whole video just on that. Don't mind it. I live near a airport, and I just pulled up home because I was just frustrated. And I had plans on staying online for at least 9 hours today, and I've been on for maybe 2, and I just can't take it anymore. I had to come home because I had to deal with BS. And it's just like you contact Uber and it's the worst. It is the worst. But like my whole thing is this labeling. Independent contractor. Like, what if I'm an independent contractor, I need a little bit more pay. Okay? If I'm a business owner, and then like I don't really get business owner perks. Cause if I own my business, if I'm just an independent contractor, then how come you could tell me that I can't ride because I'm a female, first of all, and some days I want to work nights, but I'm not comfortable with picking up men from the nightlife. Like sometimes these men get touchy. Like I had to tell a friend before, like I literally picked up a man and his girlfriend or his wife. I don't know. I think it was his wife. I'm going to say wife. And mind you, I seen that this trip was $50, accepted like a dummy instead of seeing how far it was. So this was like $50. It was like a whole hour and a half drive. I lied to you not. So anyways, so now I'm driving in these backwoods because the way that I'm going on the app, there's no street lights. And let me tell you, the guy had a whole conversation. He wanted to talk politics. I don't want to talk politics. So he was like, asked me, are you a Republican or a Democrat? And I was just like, bro, I'm neither. He's like, what you mean? You need to be a Democrat. And I'm just like, in my head, why? Why do I need to be a Democrat? So he's just trying to give me all of these reasons on why I need to be a Democrat. And then he said something that was like, most of my black friends are Democrat. I said, you know what? Okay, keep riding. So now his wife, she's getting frustrated. She says, she don't want to talk about politics. Can't you tell? So I'm just trying to change the subject because I don't want to talk about politics. Because we're not going to agree. Because you believe in these people that you vote into office, like that. We're not even going to get into it. But anyways, assuming I'm supposed to be a Democrat. Yeah, no. Anyways, so this guy is like talking to me about like kids and asked me if I had kids. And I'm like, yeah, I got kids. He's like, you married? I'm like, yes. He's like, how many kids you got? I'm like, 7. He's like, oh my goodness, it must be good. And his wife next to him. And she says nothing. And I'm in my head like, I'd have smacked my husband's... I digress. God forgive me. Anyways, ain't no way. First of all, my husband, no. Like, come on. Like, really? And then you did it in front of your wife? Like, you shouldn't be wondering what this is like. Mind your business. This is for grown men. You ain't grown, sir. Okay. But anyways, all jokes aside, the guy, after I'm dropping him off, he's behind me. She's on this side. After I drop him off, he gets out and reaches his hand right through here and touched me on my breast. And I'm like, what? I don't know what to do. I'm just like, what in the world? And I'm just like, I just couldn't. Guys, I had no words, okay? I still have no words because I'm still in a state of shock of how was I supposed to handle that? And to be honest, I'm just like, maybe I'm just gonna let it go. Just let it go. He's drunk, and what's gonna happen? You're gonna call the police. It's gonna be this big thing. Nothing's gonna get done. It's gonna be my word against his. His wife is probably gonna lie for him because she aren't just let him sit here and wonder about my particular skill set. And so I'm just like, I don't even know what to do. As soon as he stepped out of my vehicle, I got on the phone with my husband, and I called my husband, and I just started crying. And I wasn't crying because I felt assaulted. I was crying because there was nothing that I felt I can do in that moment, because I felt like the moment I would have handled it wrong, it would have been Uber driver attacks passenger. And because I didn't have a cam, I would have been in the wrong. So I was just like, that's what I was thinking about. And then I'm like, okay, if you try to press charges against him, what's going to happen? Nothing, because no one's going to believe you. It's going to be this big old thing. And I'm like, I don't want to be one of those women who have to be like, me too. I just didn't want to go that route. So I was just like, you know what? It's not like he, really, really violated me. I mean, he did. But it wasn't like, it's so sad because I feel some type of way, but what the heck? But anyways, we get labeled independent contractors, and we have to deal with stuff like this. True independent contractors could have done a lot. First of all, if we're truly independent contractors, Why can't we have someone else ride in a passenger seat with us? So for women and men who don't feel comfortable riding at night, late at night, and you be having so many dangerous people getting in cars. It's been so many videos and so many stories of Uber drivers being attacked by their passengers and killed. Okay, so Uber can enact something like this, like, okay, we can have a buddy system. The buddy system could be other Uber drivers or Lyft drivers or whoever we know in the area. If they want to ride with us, they can get a background check done. Uber can prove that they work, they're good. We can pay them ourselves if we have to pay them. If they're our friends, most likely they're not going to want any money. Or someone I want to ride with me, Uber could do a such thing as run a background check on them, make sure they get trained in Uber driving or whatever, and get certified that they're safe, and let the passengers know, like, okay, this could be safe for you. We're thinking about only the passenger safety, but driver safety matter too. Like, we matter too, and I just don't think that we matter to this company. It's like we're expendable. They don't want to lose any customers, but they rather lose drivers. And it's because we have so many Lyft drivers, so many Uber drivers who would just let this company keep doing things that they want to do to us, and they don't speak out about it. And I'm talking way too fast. Guys, I'm so sorry. I get heated and I start, but let me slow down. But there are so many things that Uber can do to help protect us as drivers. Like, stop labeling us these independent contractors, and I have no say on who gets in and out of my car. I have no say whether I keep my daughter. And this is the thing, I had my daughter and my son used to ride with me, so not like one in the backseat, one in front. So like certain days, my daughter, if I did days, my daughter would ride with me, and then if I did nights, my son would ride with me. And I felt safer, and one day, and this wasn't reported at night, this was reported during the daytime. So Uber called me. He's like, well, we had a passenger say that you had someone in the car with you. I said, yeah, I had my daughter in the car. This is before I knew it was against policy. So I had my daughter riding with me, and the woman was so mad. Like, I was taking her where she needed to go, and then every time we hit like a certain area, the highway was backed up. So I said, you know what? If you don't mind, I'm just going to take a back street, because this was supposed to be a 20-minute ride that turned into an hour ride. And I'm just like, I'm not about to keep sitting on this highway and we're getting nowhere. And I need to get her out of my car at this point, because she's drunk, she's annoying, and quite frankly, she's rude. And her parents was in the car, and her girlfriend cussing her boyfriend out, slapping him in my car.